Now, here is something else that I ran into that I wanted to share with you with the Goldilocks subject last week, or last time. We ended up by thinking we had enough value in areas, and then when we put the background on, the value in some areas, in the hair on the dark side of the head that showed up fine against the white background, now became quite anemic and lost its value. So I went ahead, I had some gray, and it was surprising how well I think the gray did in creating this background. Again, just creating my gradations just like so. I could even go over to the yellow to a degree, but then I also could come in here and do some good casting of a little value in between this way, especially if I wanted to refine in between places. But anyway, as I made this darker, what had been dark enough to hold its own on the white now became very anemic. You see that these are almost disappearing because value-wise, even though it's a different color, it's starting to, this is starting to dominate, and these are becoming lighter and lighter. Well, you see right here that they are actually more intense and darker. So now I have to decide, okay, I like that canary yellow. Oh, I thought that was just a great color. And I may still come in there. I don't want to have this in there first, but this is that peach or the flesh. And I found that when I did the canary yellow as a base, it was completely different than if I put this as a base and went over it with the canary yellow. These are some of the things I want you to be able to get a feel for. They're just fun things to start getting a little grasp of so that you can see the difference on how you layer something. And I know it could all be real complicated, but this is another reason why you could quickly go over to your little sheet, and you could see, okay, if I put this down first, what am I going to end up with? And so I could come up with my color here and put the yellow on it. Look at how dark that is. And this might be very appropriate for some things, but this becomes more orange. And then it still might be appropriate, but then if I put this down, let's just see how different it'll be. I'm interested too in seeing what this is going to be. This is my base now. It's harder to see an edge to it because it's so bright and light. And now I'm going to put this over it, and it has a tendency to make it more of a golden color. Now I hope you can appreciate what's happening here. This has become very bright, and it just looks wonderful. It's just exactly what I want to try to achieve. I want this to be a very rich yellow. This became more of a terracotta color. And so that's just which one I put down first. And I could work on it and work on it. This is never going to be this, because there's a certain translucent quality, a certain transparency, to your colors. And you'll see that one will become quite different just because of those deeper underlying colors. The way it again just comes through in a transparent layer, through the ones that are on top of it.